South Carolina, huh? We want to see what the child did. She had to do something. And there's no way that that white officer was that angry for no reason. Can't be skin color. No, hell no. He's a law upholding citizen. He upholds the law. What law? What system? We gonna continue to blame ourselves for the treatment we received inside of white supremacy. That child had to do something. She did something wrong. She wasn't listening, so she had to be beat. That should sound familiar to you? Everybody's assuming that she had to do something wrong, right? Nobody's assuming that maybe she had mental issues or maybe she was dealing with some problems at home. And that was her way of reaching out. And what do? We responded by violence, calling an officer who's going to beat her into being subservient to the system. Either you're going to listen or be beat. Child could have had mental issues. She could have been dealing with some problems at home. And that was her way of reaching out. This is the child we're talking about, right? Female. Nobody's considering, well, why wasn't she listening to the teacher? What's going on with her? And the system has to be changed, because if she was just being disruptive to the classroom, is it okay for, at that point, to call a police officer to come remove her forcefully? Maybe they need to have different policies and procedures to deal with children who aren't behaving in school. Because we can't automatically assume that she just don't want to listen. There had to be something going on with that child's life. If something was going on at all, maybe she was just like, yo, I'm not having it today. Fuck this teacher. He don't teach me shit. He don't give a shit about me. Fuck him. A lot of times, that shit is warranted. Y'all want to do it your damn self on your job, but you can't. You're afraid because you don't want to lose your job. But you know your boss is full of shit. But we gonna blame her. It's her fault. And this is for all of the Negroes who say, well, I don't experience negativity for the white people on my job, and the police officers in my neighborhood, they don't racially profile me. They don't do anything to me because I follow the law. I am not a criminal. You know, I dress a certain way. I speak a certain way. I act a certain way. What you're really saying is you are already subservient to white supremacy. So, and that's not saying that you have to be a criminal if you are turning away from white supremacy. If you don't subscribe to white supremacy, I'm not saying you have to be a criminal or whatever. But when you go out your way to bow down to a system and wave your white flag, there's no need to racially profile you. There's no need to be for you to receive discrimination from white supremacy. You're already subservient to the system. So, with that being said, you're already a broken slave. I don't need to put a fence around my plantation. For you, you ain't gonna run anyway, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The fence that they had around the plantations and the overseers they had on the plantations, and the tar and feathering and the castration that the slaves received on the plantation were for the disobedient slaves, the ones who wasn't going for the system, the ones who were trying to get away from this shit. They wasn't trying to be subservient to the master's ways and all that shit. Those are different type of slaves. Those were the ones who were treated and whipped and beaten and legs cut off and castrated and, you know, all types of shit. Those were the slaves that received that type of treatment. The ones who were subservient don't receive that type of treatment. So, you know, you have different types of slaves. You have the broken slave, and then you have the slave who's trying to get away. He ain't broken. He a slave, but he ain't broken. You know what I'm saying? He risk sacrificing a foot, sacrificing his own nuts to get away from master. Because he know if he get caught, master's going to cut his nuts off. But some of y'all slaves, y'all don't want to risk y'all nuts to get away from the system. A lot of times, y'all nuts right now is a metaphor for your job. I got a good job. I ain't trying to, you know, risk my job to be out here talking about some Black Lives Matter. Shit, my life matter. The only life that I care about is mine. You're an individual. I only care about individual success. When you have individual success, you also have individual defeat. You're the only black person on your job being successful, but you don't want to stand a hand to somebody else who's black. Or you don't even want to risk building your own shit. You know you the one on the job with all the great ideas, giving it to your boss, and he benefiting from it. You know you the one coming up with all them great ideas, but you're afraid to go against his system and create your own and become his competition. You're doing great in your job, they love you, but you don't want to start your own business. You're a broken slave. You subscribe. Now you subscribe to Jet Magazine. You subscribe to white supremacy, nigga.